I'm back online, right? Yeah, hopefully. Please tell me I'm back online. Okay. Okay. Sorry guys, there was a lagging thing, so I had to go and drop my quality. My quality now is on medium. It's quite low. Okay, everyone still can hear, right? Can see me, right? Can see me, right? Can see me, right? Can see me, right? Okay, Okay, cool. Sorry, kantoi tadi. Okay, so the quality has dropped, but never mind. Okay. So for those who just came in, share this post, share this video, share this Facebook Live. I will choose 10 winners to get setup, to get free setup. 10 winners, okay? Get free setup. Okay. So after I've add some tension, I'm just going to exercise the string a bit. I will then tune the guitar up real quick. What string I'm using? I'm using this thing, this string called Slinky Top Heavy Bottom. I think it's more for drop tuning lah. But I kind of like 52 tens. Somehow I feel the thicker string better. Please explain on how I can overcome G string intonation problem. Bro, what G string? Guitar G string or the other one? Okay, so I exercise one more time, and then I tune this guitar up. I am going to tune E flat. I'm gonna tune this half step down, yeah. But you see, even before I start tuning, I feel something is very weird. Let me show you guys. You look at the bridge. Can you see the bridge? The bridge has come off so much, right? This is because that the spring has, from the previous tension to now, has changed the tension. So what we need to do is that when things like this happen, your intonation all out already. You have to go and redo over again. But the good news is it's actually very easy. So now you see, even at E flat, I haven't even reached my desired tuning yet. It already come out until like that. So what we need to do, come until like that, simple, just tighten it, you know, just go behind here, take a screwdriver and tighten it. Tighten how much? I don't know. But safe to say, I have to tighten until it goes down lah. No? So now it's a bit more flat. You see this? It's a little bit more flat. Can you see it? It's a bit more flat. But let's check the tuning and see. Oh, it has went to F. Okay, so and you see now it has dropped. It has dropped very, very significantly. And normally I like this to be a bit floating. So if you're going to watch how Matthias and Sato like pulled it out real quick instead of just dropping down, I like it a little bit floating one. So this one looks like it's not going to do that. So I've overdid it just now. So I just need to release it. Don't worry, you won't fuck this up. It's not something that you can fuck up. Okay, so now look at this. It's in tune to E flat with the tuning that I want. And more importantly, I can let you, wait, let's get this out. So you can hear, I can actually press this down. This is good, right? So it means this guy is very, very flexible. I like this. This is how I like it. It's very, very good. So it means it's really, really on the nice tipping point. See, I don't even need a tremolo bar. I can just use it with my fingers. So normally, if I get this surface here, salary, I think they're good. You know. Okay, so fine tune one last time. Oh, man, I want back my XFX3. Okay, guys, I'm not fucking with you guys, but we are almost 50% done, all right? It's that simple setup, okay? Now I'm done with this. For the sake of making things a bit more tidy, I'm just gonna cut all my strings. Okay, so now I'm going to do really quick and explain a bit about neck action. So first make sure that everything's in tune. This is the thing that you want. The bridge is nice and floating, beautiful. Try not to let it flat down, let it float a bit so that you got more, you know, more control over the guitar. Then now we're going to talk about truss rod. So a lot of people come and tell me, truss rod, very scary, senang patah. You know what? That day I went and had a challenge with some of my guys. I told them, if you can take this and patahkan the truss rod, I give you 100 ringgit. Seriously. If the truss rod is ready to be fucked up, the truss rod is fucked up already. It's nothing to do with you fucking your truss rod up with your Allen key. You just need to use some brains. You know, it's not that difficult. It's not that hard to think that don't over tighten it. If it's like not moving, then something is wrong. Means your truss rod is getting ready to fuck up already. You can't possibly fuck your thing up, okay? Unless it's ready to be fucked up already. Okay, so let's go through the question. Does tissue roll help in better intonation? Otai said not true. If use tuner, use hearing then true player. Fuck that Otai, man. John, kalau habis pusing screw pun bridge tak angkat, lagi nak buat macam mana? Add spring. Some do backboard adjustment on neck instead of straight, as it feels low. What? It feels... Bro, I can't understand. Can the bridge set up to more floating than the one you set? You can lah, but if it goes too high, then it looks weird lah, you know. So high is not the point. We want it to be floating very well, you know, very nice, very like, you know, very light. The key is light. You don't even need to use a bar. You really can get, but you can get tremolo, some tremolo effect. I like this kind. Okay. Kabe and Jella helped me to reply. I cannot answer so many people at one time. Okay, so now I'm going to do the action on the truss rod, and it's fucking simple. It's damn easy. Okay, it's damn easy. Don't need ruler. Don't need anything. Okay, what you need is 2 fingers. These 2 fingers only. Okay, finger number 1, press your first fret. Finger number 2, you press 13th fret, 13th fret, okay? That's all you need. And normally do it like this. Okay, let me raise my chair up so everyone can see. Ugh. Okay, so what I do is I take this and I take my thumb and press the 13th fret. Okay, so what happens is your string becomes like a ruler because it's under tension, it's straight. I will then tap on the 6th fret. All right. Now, what happens is you will see, let's not even see, okay? I actually have a method that I use. I call it a chick, chick, chick hearing. So what happens is, when I touch this, can you guys hear anything? My mic here, can hear. Can you hear anything? Okay, so when I touch this here, what happens is you have your string and then you have your frets, okay? If it's too near, or means basically there is no relief, it will be like you'll be touching here, like this, like you'll be touching like that, all right? So when you tap on the string, you should not hear anything. You will hear like tak, 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 tak. If it's too far away, you hear chang, 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 chang. So what I like to do is I call touch but haven't touched. So I like to adjust this guy, and I like to hear that chick, 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 chick sound, see? This is nice. And I can barely see a gap in between. Now this means that it's almost touching but it's not touching. This is the lowest possible action that you can get. Anything lower is buzzing already. But I still need to test one time, okay? The best is to go and test. Seems okay. So I always normally like to test this without plugging in, without on the amp first. So can really hear all the... So anyway, for the sake of showing you guys what it sounds like shittily too low action, I'm purposely going to fuck this neck up so you guys can hear it, okay? So I'm going to tighten the truss rod until it cannot be tightened anymore. So this is how it sounds like. So when I bend, see the bunyi bulat-bulat, got sustain and everything like that. Azim, how are you, man? Okay, so I'm just gonna tighten this really, really tight and get a fake, what do I call that? Get a fake buzzing. Okay, come, let's tighten it. For those people that are saying that you can over-tighten your guitar, I really don't know how you do it. So much work to over-tighten your guitar. Okay. Right. You hear the buzzing? You guys hear the buzzing? So I'm going to let you guys hear the difference between the toner of a buzzing neck and the tone of a no buzzing neck. I shouldn't have chosen this guitar. This guitar's neck is so firm, so hard. So anyway, if you hear this note, let me tune it. Always tune. It's important to always tune because you want the tension to be always the same. Alright? Sustain, note, bulat-bulat. Bulat-bulat. I'm going to simulate how it sounds like if it's fucking up. So I'm just going to add some tension here. So it sounds something like this. This is if it's buzzing. Okay, I'm really pulling the neck back. If I let it go, it's... So you can hear the difference between a well set up one and a buzzing one. So the buzzing one is like, you hear the zzz thing. Right? So this means that the neck is too tight. You need to loosen it, right? So anyway, I go back to my first and 13. You hear that sound? I still like that. Okay? Okay, so my bridge done. My neck, I still like it. Okay, we're good already. So the last thing that we need to do, I'm not going to talk about pickups today. I'm just going to talk about normal setup. Okay, the last thing I need to do now is just my intonation. But before I even go intonation, I want to talk a little bit about saddle height. Some people ask me, how low or how high should I do the saddle? The saddle normally, you need to follow the radius. This thing, unfortunately, there is a tool that you need. All right, so that one, your radius, if you really don't want to go and buy a tool or whatsoever, I know Shopee got sell, but if you really don't buy a tool, you can take a protractor and go and draw. Let's say for this 9.5, you go take 9.5 inch, you draw, and then you make sure that your saddle follows. That's one of the method. Or the method that I use is a little bit more payah, but I like it. Okay? So how I do this is like that. You make sure you get the Allen key that is the correct height, correct size for all this small little saddle. All right? This is the method that I like to do. I will lower it until it cannot be lower anymore. All right? So I'm just lowering this guy until it cannot be lower anymore. This guy is damn low. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it. This saddle is super low. And when I play this, there is buzzing over. Okay? So, I am just going to increase it slowly until the buzzing disappears. Alright? What brand is this Allen key? Don't play. Okay, I'm just going to increase it slowly until the buzzing disappears, right? You guys can hear the buzzing, right? I'll increase it a little bit more. There you go. No more buzzing. Done. Seriously. If it buzzes, just increase it lah. But every time I increase, I just increase like, 15 degrees. I normally start at 12 fret onwards. So this one is, so guys, I want to let you all hear the difference between a low action and a high action sound, you know. So what I'm going to do, you see, my E string is extremely low action. My A string is high action. You guys can hear the difference of high action and low action. This is very low action. It's like almost touching the frets. But let's hear the high action one. You hear how like sebiji the sound is? Can you hear that? You guys can hear the difference. This is low action. You can hear the tss, tss. See, this is the high action. Is much sebiji on the sound. So anyway, let's tune it back. Again, always tune. Okay. okay, for those people who are like super semangat one, like for us, if you send a guitar for us for setup, I normally leave it alone. After I put on the new strings, I tune it up, we leave it alone for like 1 full day. Because let it slowly affect the neck, because not all necks are stiff, you see. Okay, so the E string that I have is very, very low action. You can almost hear the bass coming in. So I can play harder and get the bass out. But I can play softer so the bass won't come in. But you see, my A string is very, very high. It's very hard for me to make the bass out. It's quite hard. So it's really up to you whether you want to make this sound easily attainable. So there's a very big difference between buzzing and rattling. I call this rattling. Rattling is when you can control the bass. Let's say, for example, some songs without rattling sounds weird. Like say, for example, this song. You need some rattle. If you don't have, you'll be like... It sounds weird. You need that rattle. So there are some songs that twang and the rattle makes the song sound better. You want it to be controllable. So those that like throughout the whole guitar is like buzzing, you can't control it, it's bad. I normally don't like that, okay? So that's how you need to do your individual setup height. I just go all the way to the lowest and I increase it until the buzzing exactly, that's when it stops. That's how I do it. And it's really up to you to see whether you like that kind of sound or not. And if you don't like, you increase it. Okay, so we are done with the saddle. We're going to talk the last one. And this one is like the most fucking easiest thing ever. And I don't know why everyone's so fucking panicky about this shit. It's called intonation. It's damn easy, okay? Now, I will need a help from my tuner. So, you guys can buy any kind of tuner you want. For me, it's this free app called T1. T1, Tuner T1. It's a free app, okay? So, I'm just going to show you guys, all right, how it works. T1, jangan memalukan saya. Fucking thing crash. Dude, I just only want to recommend you, and you fucking crash on me. Okay, anyway, just get any tuner lah. Again, I'm trying to say it's the same damn thing. For Android users, I like to use this one called TuneLab. Pitch Lab. I like to use this thing called Pitch Lab. But for iPhone, you don't have. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys the Peterson one that I have. This one, I just bayar 39 ringgit lah. Okay? I like it because it's very, very sensitive. So, how you do intonation is actually super simple. Screwdriver to push this saddle front or back. Okay? So, don't worry about the stroke. Just look at the arrow there. Right? I'm trying to make the stroke don't move, you see. So I just explained to everyone how does the stroke works. If it's a little bit too sharp, you see the stroke will go upwards. It will go up. If it's a bit too flat, the stroke will go down. Okay? My goal here is to make it like almost not moving. This means that it's like you see something like this? It means okay already. Because you don't forget something, you know. As you play and let the string decay, you will get flatter and flatter. So you're just going to try to make it as not moving as possible, okay? Then now, so I'm going to do my D sharp or E flat. Okay? So, notice the speed of the stroke moving. I'm going to press the 12th fret. So what you're going to do is you do an open fret, and then you press the 12th fret, okay? So when I press the 12th fret, you see the whole stroke goes up, right? It means it's too sharp. What I need to do is I just need to push my saddles. Very easy. If it's too sharp, push your saddles sharper. pull it further away. Okay? So I just need to pull it further back. I need to sharpen it. How many turns? Never mind. Do one turn first. Okay? Then after that, tune back. Tune back to concert pitch. Pernah dengar ada orang kata jangan tune with phone. Fuck that guy. You go and see Metallica's stack using the same fucking app as me. Who the hell charge for intonation? It must be included even in basic setup. I don't know, man, bro. Do you know that Apple's mic is damn epic? See? That's it. That's intonation, guys. Just do the same for the rest of the guitar. It's that simple. It's that simple also. Alright? So, if anyone tell you that don't use the phone tuner, you can ask them to suck my fucking balls. Okay? The tuner on the phone is so epic, so good. So you see, why they are tuner they are sensitive and why they're not sensitive. Guys, all tuners, the only thing that you have the processing of what is this thing called the dominant pitch. So when you play an E, right, there's actually a few more other overtones on top of it. So how does the tuner know that you are trying to tune an E? Because you see, when you tune an E, there are all these harmonics inside it. It is not just your E, there's a lot of other overtones on top of it. So the tuners will normally have a little brain there and think this is how tuners are made. They will look at they will try to understand what is your dominant pitch. So for phone tuners, they are not only sensitive, the sensitivity is definitely there already, they also have processing power. Much better processing power than your clip-on tuners. So these guys they are much more better because they know what your dominant pitch, what you're trying to tune, you see. I have a Peterson Strobo Storm HD best, yeah. Just use phone, guys. This one is 39 ringgit in this app. And if you look at Metallica's guitar tech, he's using the exact same thing. I used to spend thousands and thousands of ringgit for this stroke thing, but it's only 39 ringgit. And guys, it's the same damn thing, okay? Okay, so for this one, it's too sharp. You see the stroke went up. Again, too sharp. I'm just going to tighten it. Half a turn. That's it. That's intonation. Guys, it's just that simple, man. Is it advisable to intonate using Sweetened tuning? This one is actually a good question. This one really depending on your I like questions like this, right? So in this app here, there is a Sweetened tuning. This one really make your guitar sound a little bit sweeter. One, for example, for this one, right? For this guitar, I do know that the G, you flatten it a bit, it sounds better. One. So this one, it's some of y'all like it, some of y'all don't like it. But personally, I like it. I like to sweeten the tuning a bit. One. Okay. So what else? Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Other than that is pickup height. Well, since you're here, you want to know about pickup height. The theory basically is this. When you sing over a mic, you sing too far away. A lot of time we all go for all this jamon. We see this Dato go on the podium, and then he will hold the mic here, and then he will talk like that, and then the sound guy will go and push the gain up. Okay. This means that you are not using the mic correctly. But there are also some people go and put the mic, and then you get the sound very boomy and very weird sounding. It's like it becomes very boomy and all and because you're so near to the source. So there is a sweet spot one. Okay. Now, what is the sweet spot? I don't know for you, but for me, what I normally do is I will very simply adjust my pickup as high until it doesn't buzz anymore. I like to do this thing. It's called reduction methodology. So like for my saddles, I reduce it until it buzz, and I go all the way, I go up until it just stops buzzing. So my pickup is also the same. I just go the highest possible, and I lower it down until it sounds reasonable. But that's not where it stops. So I give an example, okay? Let's do this. I'm gonna do the neck pickup, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press the last fret, and I'm gonna increase. Why increase, not decrease? Very simple theory. Some people ask me, why don't I go all the way to the most minimum, then only I go to the highest? Very easy. The answer is very, very simple. There's a spring inside of here. If I loosen it all the way, and I don't know what's the last thing, and the whole spring pop, pushes the whole, what they call that, the whole pickup down, it's going to be fucking difficult for me to go and open this pick guard, find back the the spring and all this kind of thing. It's just stupid, and then got to install back and remove the string. It's stupid. So I like to do it the other way around, so I don't have to do so much work. So I press the highest fret, and then I increase it all the way until here. All right. Now, this is probably the highest it can go, because you see, it's like touching. It's like affecting this guy already. But let you hear the difference between this pickup and the middle pickup. Okay, so this one, obviously the output is too high. So anyway, so I go to the highest one, the lowest string, sorry, and I increase it all the way up. Okay, until now. I'm not sure if you can notice, but there is a very high output on this guy already, and you can hear it's driving the distortion a bit. Okay, so I start here. Why? Because this is the highest that it can go. But if you are so high, your pickup is so high, you have a magnet pull that pulls your string. Means basically, your string is vibrating, and the magnet is so near, you lose the sustain. Okay. So there are two methods around it. Again, you can go and like you can get a radius block or whatsoever. It's up to you. But you also can use a ruler, right? Now, you can use one of this, like this like a Stumac string action gauge, or you can use a steel ruler, not a plastic ruler. You know why? Because the plastic ruler don't start at 0. They have some empty space, and then only it starts at 0. So you can't do this. You see, for me, I will do this, put it here, all right, and I will look at the string height to the pickup. You can do this because it starts at 0. You see the numbers here that start at 0. I'm not sure you can see it. Anyway, yeah, it's here. So you can use this method, which is basically some people say, oh, 2.5 mm and 2 mm from the last. So you press this one, and then you make it 2.5 mm. The distance between the pole and the string is 2.5 mm and 2 mm. You can do that. But for me, I don't like that. I don't need this. You just use your ear and hear what sounds good. So now this is the highest already. All right? You cannot go higher than this. So what I want to do is I want to balance all three pickups now. So what I do is, this is the neck, it's the highest, right? And then I go to the middle. You see the middle, like, oh, the sound has like dropped because it has is much the mic is much further away. And then you have your bridge. Now your bridge is somewhat, I don't know. So we don't know what is the best sound that this thing can come out. So again, the bridge one, I go increase all the way. Go increase all the way until you cannot increase anymore. Okay. So what I'm trying to do now here is I'm trying to balance all these three pickups so that the output is the same. But you cannot increase this anymore because you cannot increase the output anymore because this is the highest already. So your job from now onwards is just to go and play until you feel that that sound is what you want. And then you balance this tree up by increasing one, lowering one, increasing one, lowering one. But now here's the thing, we cannot increase anymore because this is the highest. So there's only one way, which is down. So this is how I would do it. Remember, I told you everything's the highest already? Okay, so am I okay with this bridge sound? So I'm trying to get a clean sound when it's almost driven, you see. So it seems like there's always a drive. So I don't like it. I can't get a clean sound of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it. You hear how I clean up? Still a little bit. I still can't get a clean sound of it. So I'm just going to drop it some more. Okay, so I'm going to go my middle pickup. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to balance my bridge and my middle now, so that the volume there's no massive jump. So I feel a massive drop. So I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the middle. Remember the middle pickup was not was still at this the middle pickup was still not touched. You see, I'm just going to increase the middle pickup a bit. Much higher output. Okay, I'm going to go to my neck. My neck was very, very high, remember? See, it's overpowering. So now I'm done with my bridge. Try my middle. Okay, I kind of like it. So now the last one is I'm going to do my neck. I'm trying to balance all three. Too loud. Okay, lower it. Again, I want to try to use as little strength as possible to get my distortion sound. Still very, very soft, but if I want it to drive, it's not driving. So it's not, the output is not high enough. So I just need to put it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So that's how you do your sweet spot adjustment for your neck pickup. So you see, within 1 hour, I can do one full setup and even talk and reply to 200 people here. So seriously, to do a setup is not difficult at all. And if you guys really want to do setups, a professional setup, this is as pro as you can get, because there's only one person that knows this. There's only one person in this entire world. There's only one guy in this entire world that knows your perfect setup, which is you. You are the only person that knows what you like. All right? There's no luthier in this world that can tell you that this is the perfect setup, because it's not perfect for you. How the fuck does he know how you play with your left hand? How the fuck does he know how you play your right hand? You are the guy that is playing this guitar. You should know what is the perfect setup for you. I've spoken to all these international artists. I can tell you one thing, they all do their own setup. Because no one knows. They can have a guitar tech with them when they are traveling, but no fucking guy knows about your guitar and your feel better than yourself. Whatever that I've shared here for the past 1 hour, that's it. That's everything you need to know for you to do a setup. However, there is one thing that you need to do when you buy a new guitar, because not all new guitars are ready for you to set up. Means basically, it comes from the factory. It doesn't mean that it's ready for setup, you know. Like for example, the nut height could be really, really high. Now, a lot of companies like to put it higher because when it ships, it moves the whole thing and people just somehow okay with higher setup on the nut. So when you buy a new guitar, this is when you need a luthier. They will go and shape all these things for you. Like for us, if you buy a new guitar from us, I'm just going to do some selfless promotion. All guitars that I bought from us, we set it up. We make the nut nice for you, the bridge, everything all nice for you, so that when you get the guitar, it is what the guitar should sound like. But again, you should set this up for yourself. You know, you should set this thing up so that you will like the guitar, right? Okay, let's go through some questions. Mid pickup actually quite nice when you don't want too harsh from the bridge. Yeah, actually I like the mid pickup quite a lot. How much is stainless steel with fret? I think it's 99 ringgit a month times 12 nowadays. How do you set up compound radius fretboard? Faris, I have talked about this thing. Again, I don't like to use measurements. I like to use this thing called reduction method. It means basically I go all the way down until it fucks everything up and I slowly increase the action until it stops buzzing. And I know that that's the minimum starting point. And that's how I like to normally set up everything, from the minimum starting point. I want it higher action, I want it bigger sound, I increase the action. That's it. Simple as that. No science behind it. That's it. Alright? Faris, yeah. So Faris' question, I answer you. It's the same thing. Even for here, even for everything, I do everything using this thing called reduction method. I just lower everything down until you cannot lower anymore, and I slowly increase it until it gets what I want lah. You know, basically it doesn't fuck up anymore. Like if it's buzzing, it stops buzzing. Like for example, my pickups is the same thing. It will, you know, if it's too near, it will like overdrive the whole thing. I lower it until I can control the overdrive. So everything at the end of the day, setup is about controllability. That's it. Okay. Ian, yes, finally someone said it. Do not go to the luthier and say set it up the best you can. If he doesn't know how to play your guitar, what feels best for you? Yes. So I think that since we are here, I want to talk about what is the use of a guitar tech and a luthier. There are a lot of use for it, but I just feel that setup is something that you can do for yourself. Let's say, for example, fret leveling. So a lot of people do this thing called, they market this as pro setup, but it is setup plus fret leveling. Now this thing, fret leveling, unfortunately, it's a lot of tools that you need. So this kind of things, yes, you might need. Like say, for example, this fret is still new, it's from a reputable maker. There's no need for it lah, you know. But sometimes after you play a guitar, let's say for example 6-7 years already, you don't need a refret. Sometimes you just need to do a leveling. So you can send for what they call as pro setup. Joel from Promised Land calls it perfect setup. So what he do is he do the setup and he do this thing called I think he go and level the frets all nice. So he call it perfect setup. Some people call it pro setup. For me, I don't know if there's such thing as a noob setup, but pro setup is a setup plus some leveling and then, you know, some fine tunings here and there. But again, as I said, leveling, I'm sorry, you need a luthier for that because there's just too many tools to get it right and too much skill. But if your guitar is okay, you bought it new or whatsoever, I would think that they won't have high frets, okay? But that's not always true. Sometimes there are some high frets here and there, especially the cheaper make ones. But if you do the method that I just shared with you, and it still buzzes at random places, this means that you have high frets. Simple as that. That's it, right? So when you have high frets, yes, you probably will need a luthier to come help you out with it. Okay, come. What's the hype with Plex system for setup? Okay, we don't talk about this first. Bro, habis this session, kalau boleh please upload balik video on FD or YouTube. Okay, sure. Shit man, the method is how I set up my MEQ. Yes! So it's called a reduction method. Everyone does that. Shit, reply. What guitar is this? This is a John Page. John Page used to be a custom shop builder with Fender, and he came and started his own. My PRS third pickup tidak bunyi sudah. That one is your electronic problem lah. Nut replacement, how much is? Normally don't like to do nut replacement. Okay, so again, back to all these things. A lot of time people will say, "Hey bro, tuner, don't simply go and adjust the truss rod lah." Normally, if your guitar has not been adjusted, the truss rod hasn't been adjusted before, the first time when you move is a little bit harder. But as I said, if your truss rod is going to fuck up, it's going to fuck up already, right? You know, you don't have to worry that if I actually go and harden it and then it will fuck up. If your truss rod is going to fuck, it's going to fuck up. The problem, what a lot of people do is they don't use the right Allen key. Because there is an imperial and metric, means basically there's a US type and there's a European type of measurement. One is go by inch, one is go by mm. A lot of people do the wrong thing. So that's why they sear the nut inside there. That's when the problem happens. So very simple, if your guitar is US made, try to use the American inch truss rod. Now, the truss rod should fit perfectly. It's not longer, and if it's longer, you're fucking something wrong already. Something's not right already, okay? So that's the only thing that people will fuck up. Other than that, don't worry about it, okay? Bro, input jet guitar humming throat, what's the problem? It's dirty somewhere lah. Just take this one. You're going to spray the what? You go and spray contact cleaner, and then you chuchok a few times, and it's still dirty, something's wrong with the electronic lah. Okay? How do I know my luthier is competent and not ripping me off? This one, I got a lot of things to say about it. Generally, if you think you are overpaying, you are fucking overpaying. That's it. Okay? Replying, what did Shami Samad say? John, please advise on how to fix headstock on my Strandberg. Okay, guys, share this, and I'm going to see how many of you guys are going to get share this page. I mean, share this live. I will choose 10% from that whoever that shares, right? I'm going to choose 10% from there and give free setup. Okay, just share this. Some more. Ask me questions on. I'm just going to be here for the next 10 more minutes. Ask me any questions. I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer you guys. Okay, ask me questions like you hear from Otai, you know, you don't believe, and then they give you some kind of bullshit. You know, that you need special tools and all this kind of thing. You don't believe, you want me to myth bust for you, let me know, I'll myth bust it for you. Right? Come, ask me any question, and any more things that you want to ask, let me know. So yeah, your guitars will always run out of tune for the next few days because your strings need time to get used to the new tension, you see. So don't worry, just keep tuning it. Yes, Faris, you do some string stretching now and then. No battery again. Fuck, hang on. Come, what other questions that you have? When do I know it's right time to change the string? Okay, good question. So I like to use this thing called a harmonic test. When I do the harmonics, and especially on the bridge pickup, the harmonics don't sound that clear anymore. Obviously, when you're starting the Ras, fucking change the string lah, you know. But if it's like, you don't get that vibrance anymore, that's something to do with, I mean, you have to go and start changing your strings already lah. Oh yeah, so just now, remember how we set up the high E string? I was using the O strings, and I set it up, the intonation, but now I changed the new string, and I'm still using E flat. Let's check the intonation. I haven't intonated my E string yet, my higher E string. So my point is, whenever you change string, chances are you need to do an intonation over again. So, oh, where's my phone? So, just now we set it up, and it was intonated perfectly. So let's see whether when we change a new string, do we need to the intonation run? So my prediction is yes, it will run. Oh shit, it ran. You see how fast it ran? So that's what I'm trying to say. Nope. Still need some more. Wow, the intonation runs a lot. See how much it runs? It runs so much. Because I literally, an hour ago, I just intonate this string. And that was an old string. Then when I change a new one, a new string, you have to intonate over again. So this is how often you actually need to intonate your guitar. So does it really make sense to go and send this to a guitar tech and reset up again after you change string? I just don't think so. So just learn how to do this yourself. It's really, really that simple. Let's go through the message again. What? Please do a bit. What? Let's see. If I'm selected among the 10, I will send you the most fucked up guitar. Bring it on! Same method of intonation if you use Floyd Rose. Yes, it's the same thing. Floyd Rose, everything. Even PRS have that 2 bars thing on the McCarthy. It's the same thing. The theory is the same. If it's too sharp, increase the length. If it is too flat, decrease the length. So it means basically, if it's too sharp, let's say for example I play this. Okay. This is too sharp, it's going up, right? You increase the length by pushing this thing there. Get it? Simple. All right. Intonation of Floyd Rose, yes, all the same. Philip, hey man, how are you? Philip here is one of the best guitarists I've met in my life. I kid you not. I've watched him play before. He's a fucking monster. Check Philip de Bastos out, man. He is a fucking monster. Is it possible for me to buy or trade a guitar with you from Thailand? Bro, you have my number. I'll help you out with it. How about intonation acoustic? Same concept, just that the difference is a lot of work. I need to, if I want to push the nut there, I got to take it out, I got to file it until it looks like it goes there a bit. A lot of work, but the concept is the same. All right. Replying, please do a vid. Wang Jala, if the refresh job is shit. Lepas tu nak tanya juga, kalau pakai guitar hanger, adakah dia akan mess up the setup? What? Guitar hanger that will mess up the setup? Bro, who the fuck tell you all this kind of thing? The only thing I can think out is if your neck is so fucked, it's like it's gonna always goyang. Then after that, yeah lah, then you have a neck problem. You don't have a setup problem. No lah, it won't happen lah. Lepas main kena loose string, Otai from 90s rock band said. Bro, you fucking what? Lepas main kena loose strings from Otai 90s rock band said. Holy shit! And then you set up the guitar all over again the next day when you are done. Oh my god! Oh, I have to make all this a list of things this Otai says, man. Betul ke kalau tali putus, especially untuk gitar floating beach, adakah ia boleh menyebabkan setup gitar itu lari sikit bila nak pasang tali baru? Yes, yes, actually that is true. It will lari a bit. So that's why if you put in a new tali baru, just do the intonation real quick. As I just show you, the intonation is very easy. Sangat senang buat saja. You just need a phone app and you can just do an intonation. I recommend if free, use that, but the theme I don't know why crash. Get this Peterson, it's 39 ringgit. I find it way better than any tuner that you buy outside for 80 to 90 ringgit. And this is so good, it's so sensitive. As I said, even Metallica's guitar tech is using this for all the live show. You can watch the YouTube video about it. Okay, yeah, so when the string snaps, when you put on a new string, like how I show you just now in this video, just now, before I even change to a new string, I set up the string already, and the intonation is perfect. But when I change this new string and I set up all over again, the intonation lari. So that's how easy the intonation is lari. But it's very easy to go and get the intonation right. Okay. Majid Wajid, apa nama apps ni? This is called Peterson Eye Stroke. I like this. Does keeping a guitar in a case versus a rack cause the string to rust slower? Oh, this one is really nothing to do with, there's something to do with your environment. Like my place is controlled environment, so it doesn't really rust, and my fingers are not that sweaty. So I can't answer your question, sorry, Faris. Hey Faris, please do that Tom Yum shop, man. Can share a bit, ramai sekarang pilih untuk beli gitar copy ori. What are the common problems in setting them up? Do you know that we almost, not actually almost, I have a rule in my shop that we do not repair fake guitars. I don't do that because it doesn't function like a guitar, and very high chance we fuck the guitar up because it's not constructed like a guitar. Quite often it's not constructed like a guitar, it's constructed like a furniture. So I've repaired before a couple of Gibson, the fake Gibsons, and interestingly enough, the neck doesn't break as easy as the original Gibson, but everything else breaks so easily. It chips here and there and everything like that. So it's quite scary. So normally I just tell people that, hey, if you are coming with a copy product, I might not be the best person to repair because I don't understand it very well. Because when I understand the guitar, I understand based on what the luthier has spent all his life dedicating to. Like say for Tom Mendelssohn, the neck, the A-shaped neck. I know how to handle that neck. Because I've learned how he manufactured the neck and all, and I understand the reason of that. But a lot of copy guitars are made, especially the China one, are made by furniture factories. And the way they join the neck is not like how we join a tendon and mortise neck, it's a very different way. So it's hard for me to predict, and that's not because I lansy or so I don't want to repair that, because, and that I always tell my guys, maybe I'm not the right person to set up this thing. So the problem with this is, yes, there are some good custom makers and all, but for me, generally, I normally don't like to deal with them because it's very unpredictable, okay? Do I need to keep guitar in a dry cabinet? No lah! Replying, biasanya, Jonathan Jeff. I really love all your point, bro. Lots of Otai were giving me questionable myth. Jonathan, share with us some of those myths, man. And I start DIY again. Now I know the myths were all bullshit after a few hours of YouTube and thousands of hours of DIY. I finally own a super strap with custom pickup. Good for you, bro. But just share with us some of the things Otai said. Otai said guitar fake pro setup will sound as good as original guitar. Sure. Don't want to argue anymore. Razazek say, kenapa gitar selalu ada buzzing? They normally buzz because your neck is too tight or your bridge is too low. Increase it. Done. Kalau ada ruler, tu saya dah set up sendirilah. Yang malas ni nampak crowning fret je. Tu pasal hantar kedai. Yeah, I mean, eventually you can hantar the kedai because most of my customers openly tell me, John, I'm lazy. Okay, sure. John, is it okay to keep guitars in hard case for a long period? Yes, it is okay. Otai sometimes talk about sound body. Usually they just strum and don't plug in, detect the sound body. Then dia cakap, the guitar core sound body tak keluar ni. So, macam mana nak keluar sound body? Okay, Saiful Iqmal. Otai, he said, Otai sometimes talk about sound body. Usually, they just strum and don't plug in and detect the sound body. Then they cakap, the guitar core sound body tak keluar. You know why? He never plug in lah. You plug in, then the sound come out lah. You saw that meme, right? Kopi ori banyak masalah alignment neck. Yes, that's true. So the neck is always the biggest part, the alignment of the neck, because, I don't know. Chips in USA is the bomb. Yeah, sure. Otai cakap gitar jangan simpan dalam case, baik letak kat luar nanti kayu cepat masak. Guys. Yalah, whatever lah. Otai cakap simpan gitar lama kena luzakan ke tali. Bro, if your guitar neck cannot tahan 60 kg, you bought a fucking piece of shit already. You know, the neck should be able to tahan up to 90 to 100 kg. Should not be a problem one. No. Don't need to loosen the. You know why? When you loosen your tali, the neck change because the tension changes. So what happens is you loosen it, you store it, and then you want to play again, you tighten again, and then after you got to reset up all over again. It just sounds quite stupid for me, you know. You just got to always set up all this thing all over again. But just leave it lah, you know. Otai cakap lagi berat, lagi lama tone itu sustain. Somewhat lah, okay. Otai cakap tone di jari. How long does it complete a pro setup for one guitar? Gracias, Vamona. I just did it all in 1 hour, including talking to people and teaching everyone how to do it. Apa punca neck boleh jadi twisted or what? Okay, good question. This one is because that sometimes that the construction of the neck has some issues because it is wood kind. Wood is not all the same and all stable. Sometimes the heat react with the wood, and sometimes it's like warp is like this. They twist like this. You know, the neck will always go like that one. It's always like that. It's because it's always moving and all. But sometimes it will go like this. This is when things really fuck up. This one is really the wood problem. And sometimes if the wood is not dry enough and you're going to take and make it, you have that warping issues. This is a real problem. Why do people still buy fakes? I have no fucking idea. Thank you for sharing. Okay, no problem. Can you apply fretboard conditioner to an Ebony fretboard? Yes, sure, you can. Sometimes listening to all Otai story, Mori is moral. It's just like Hikayat 1001 Malam. Dengar boleh, percaya jangan. We just respect them because they are older than us tu je. Okay lah. Why gitar in tune tapi string jadi stress sangat? Use Floyd Rose. Why guitar in tune tapi string jadi stress sangat? Taufik, I don't really understand. Maybe can you explain to me a bit further? G1 Nathan, how do you tell a warped neck? Some people say sighting down the neck. Okay, one of the things I see people like to do is this. Yeah, I get it. You're trying to see the warped neck and all, but actually it's very simple. Okay? A warped neck. High E string buzzing, low E string not buzzing. Your neck is warped. Simple as that. That's it. Alright? If one side of the string is buzzing and one side is not, you have a warped neck. Simple as that. No need to go and look like that, I have an old acoustic guitar called Pro Martin from the late 70s. Any info about this? I don't know. Kasih setup Mal. Yeah, sure. How to clean maple fretboard? Cannot use lemon oil. Can what? Use lah. Lemon oil. Okay, guys, lemon oil is not lemon, you know, guys. Seriously, lemon oil is mineral oil with lemon fragrance. Seriously, that's all. Okay, mineral oil is just oil. Rub it on lah, you know. It's just that when you rub lemon oil on a finished fretboard, it will stay there. But if you rub lemon oil on an open pore, means basically open wood, it will get absorbed by the wood. Alright, then it protect the wood that way. You can use lemon oil on anything. It's just that don't put it on a like this maple neck is finished. There's a layer of finishing over it. You don't go and put lemon oil because it stays there. Just But to clean fretboard, I normally use this thing called Goo Gone, right? You can use just. I heard people use saliva lah, but it's damn disgusting lah. Just use a slightly damp cloth and just wipe it off. You're good. Don't worry about it. Cheater Otai ni best layan kalau stone. Faris, you're on fire, bro. Betul ke Kazama Gibson? Betul ke tali gitar kena lilit banyak sangat kalau lilit bunyi tak sedap? Lilit as in turn ah? Bro, you want to see how many turn I have ah? I have like 0 turns on this because it's a locking tuner. No, as little lilit as possible, because the more lilit I have, the chance there are more lapis of empty gaps. Whenever there's empty gaps here, when you bend the string, it tightens and it runs out of tune. Then all people say, oh, always run out of tune. No, that's not true. I've been contemplating to buy a Fretboard guitar. Should I do it, bro? Aaron Young. So if the neck is warped, then it's pretty much a goner. No lah. Okay, if the neck is warped, there's a lot of things you can do about it. One, you can go and do a resurfacing of the neck. It's not a goner. Don't worry. John is using Peter Stroke app tuner. Yes, I'm using a Peterson Stroke app tuner. I love it. Hanif Fazli, macam mana proper technique untuk adjust Fender micro tube? Perlu adjust ke setiap kali setup gitar? Okay, basically micro tube is like this. So normally you have four screw holding your guitar. You see, this has got 4. But what micro tube is, it has one more in the middle. So what happens is when your neck, you sit like that, right? For Fenders, they have this thing called micro tube. Dia bagi dia tilt sikit lah, okay? Generally, no. My answer is you leave it there once and for all, that's it. And some people like the micro tube because when you main kat atas, you can get a lower action because you tilt it a bit, see, instead of flat. But generally, you don't have to. But some people are actually perfectly fine with flat. Like all these are all flat. There's no micro tube. It's okay. The micro tube is for you to get that little bit of angle there. So when you play up there, it's like nice and low action up here. Okay. Dulu pernah dekat Kaparison punya IG, dia cuci maple fretboard guna pemadam. Yes, I've seen that before also. So anything that doesn't destroy or affect your fretboard is good. Can use it. Saliva, because I said saliva is what we're going to use lah. Boleh ke berlaku neck warp berlaku pada gitar yang neck true? If it does, what will you best method to repair it? Guys, this is not set up question really lah. This is not a repair question lah. I don't want to answer this kind of question lah. It's like it happens to any guitar lah. Any kind of guitar also can have warp lah. And the way to go and repair a neck warp is this thing called resurfacing, planing, and then you got to some people go and do the steaming and also I think I don't know why lah. For me, it's just replane it lah. Guys, any more questions? So again, I mean last few minutes. Hey, fuck, almost 2 hours here. I think I'm done already. Okay, share this series. I will slowly choose the 10 winners for the next coming few days. Just continue sharing this, and for whoever that shared it, I will choose from that list to give free setup. Okay. Last question, Farish. Pakai saliva busuk siot gitar, bau gitar jamming. Fuck, Black Widow. Holy shit. That place is a fucking legend, man. How many of y'all jammed in Black Widow before? I jammed there once. I remember it's 6 ringgit an hour, right? JL, can you bring Ibanez LB1? Go and talk to Wang Jiala about this. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, share this, and I will choose the winner, the 10 winners from the sharing. Thank you. Okay, how do I off this? Aizat is asking. Otai kata jazz master kena letak shim dengan gauge 10 atas, betul ke? I'm gonna accumulate all this Otai things Otai say, man.